Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Shogun 2 Total War. Well, last time, we started picking up some momentum. On the northern front, the Koiki appear to have pretty much collapsed at this point, so yeah, we are rapidly making progress there. And to the south, we've now got 3 full-stack armies right on the doorstep of Kyoto, so okay, today, that's our flipping objective. The problem being, yes, the Shogunate has got a pretty bloody good army. They're based inside, yeah, a citadel. Probably the only citadel on the entire map right now. For the simple reason that, yeah, if you want to build your own, you've got to go right down to the bottom of the civilian tech tree. However, they do have one weakness that I'm looking to take advantage of. When Realm Divide begins, you see, the Shogunate immediately becomes allied to literally cocking everybody. Which is lovely insofar as, yes, it allows the troops to just march through each other's territory, no problem whatsoever, helps lots of armies get to my front line, but comes with a slight complication that, yes, allied armies will reinforce each other. If I could just catch one enemy army standing nearby to Kyoto, I might be able to trick the Shogunate into coming out onto the open field and abandoning the defences of Kyoto. Still, keep time moving along here because, yeah, next turn, it's gonna be spring. And I think the next year's campaigning season is gonna be a really bloody nice, exciting, sexy one for us. And obviously, yes, they're just sending more and more cooking agents after ours, but if we're lucky, right, the Metsuke was going for my priest, that's not a good target for him, so that should be a-okay. Oh, and beyond that, hello sexy, we've got a few more Takeda armies showing up too. But yes, they're so desperate to defend Kyoto, they basically marched out during winter, so they're already going to be damaged on account of the snow. Oh, better and better, it would appear that, yes, the enemy agents are being worn down. They're sending ninjas at us, eventually they're being caught while they try and assassinate us, and yeah, with them being put to death, it's going to be much weaker agents coming at us in future. Bare minimum though, yeah, they don't have a single flipping commander inside this army, so these troops are not getting any bonuses to melee attack, morale, anything. And as we were just saying, they're also a tiny bit damaged from the winter as well. Still, before we get to that, just make sure the Takeda don't have any more tricks up their sleeve. I'm sending, yeah, this chappie, there we go, I figured the Takeda might have a little bit more going on over here. So yeah, there's another army up north. Pretty large, and it's also got a commander, though, 1, not a very good commander, and 2, not a very good army either. Plenty of Ashigaru around here, so with Tango being a proper stronghold, I wouldn't mind it being a proper fortress, actually. That might be a bit safer. How good's this army, by the way? You know what? That's a pretty bloody good army. Bear in mind, my troops at this point, they've got experience. These guys are probably newly trained. So, yeah, in a straight-on fight, I've now got the superior forces. So, okay, this army's just going to stay here, because that is a good, solid defensive army. Plenty of archers, plenty of guns, and some good samurai to actually hold the line if the enemy actually get inside at all. And, you know what? You can be a fortress, because, yeah, there's a good chance any Takeda armies up in this bit of the world will be coming in this direction sooner or later. And on top of that, just so we see him coming, get out some more ninjas from the new Sake Den. So, right, you could just mosey in this direction, have a bit of a loopsy round. This down here, meanwhile, is by far the more interesting front. So, step 1, we've got a lot of enemy agents just flooding in. So, right, for my most experienced at flipping priests. Okay, it's a guy at the back, but none of you are that good at this. Oh, yeah, you guys are sending a good quality Metsukes to deal with my agents. Got it. Well, do what you can, okay? Priests are supposed to be converting Metsukes. It's what they're pretty good at, so give it a go. It's a 50-50 shot, and got him. Spot on. Right, So you sit down and cease to exist, better and better. This one, however, is, yes, a bit more of a random shot. That is 10%. You know what? It's free. You may as well give it a go. Okay, fine. That failed. That's to be expected, I'd say. Don't worry, though, because, yeah, we have got much better priests coming in from the west. I can also just straight up try arresting Metsukes with my Metsuke. So, give that a go. Right, that failed as well. Okay, so you're still out and about, that's fine. We've also got a completely inexperienced ninja here who, if we were lucky, might be able to do, yeah, a bit of sabotaging. Better chance against a smaller army, so give it a go, buddy. In you go. Let's see what you can do. Okay, so we've all failed miserably, but that's fine. I'd say, yeah, we've got enough troops here and enough good commanders to just make this happen. Though do bear in mind, of course, yeah, the Ikoiki will be reinforcing the Takeda, because they are allied because of realm divides. Still, that ninja failing does mean at least we've got a ninja right in the middle of these armies, so I can see what we're dealing with. So the Ikoiki is just a giant pile of basic archers. The rear Takeda army, not much either. Mostly Ashigaru, and yeah, the samurai are, yeah, Yari, archers, some Naginata, nothing too spectacular there. And as you can also see, yeah, this is definitely a recently trained army, because it's got 0 experience. Compared to my troops, with a bonus experience, a bonus armor, bonus melee attack, in a straight fight, they are gonna be slaughtered. Though it is interesting to note that, yes, the vast majority of their main army at the front here, the biggest one, is Yari Samurai. Not great in a hand-to-hand fight versus Katana Samurai, but very fast. Watch out for, yeah, their movements. Okay, I don't think there's anything particularly complicated we need to worry about here. Bring my secondary armies into a position right about here. And then a principal army is moving forward as well. Straight over to... Excuse me. Why precisely would you not be getting involved in that fight? You should be getting involved in this fight right here too. There we go. That's better. So right, you're advancing as well. And they're willing to flipping do this. Oh, you stupid bastards. With your inexperienced troops and no commander whatsoever, you are going to be slaughtered. Now, in terms of the plan, yeah, I feel like the Koiki force, we just let them come to us, because this is a good defensive force, couple of spear walls and loads of archers, but it can't realistically advance into my position. They would be torn to shreds. So, just let them come at us. Secondary Takeda army, basically the same plan. It's a small force, it's got plenty of Ashigaru, it can't do much to me. The main force is the only one worthy of consideration at all. And honestly, all we need to do is slam into them. Alright, my lovely, sexy Nodachi Samurai and my Katana Samurai, if they just strike those Yari Samurai, they will win, like, incredibly easily. Their cavalry, meanwhile, yeah, light. And no general units present at all because no generals. So, honestly, yeah, my elite cav could just go and mop that up, no problem as well. Once that's done, slam into the side, bring my guns into position. Oh yeah, this is going to be a big, complicated fight, but it is very winnable. So okay, nothing particularly exciting about the field here, mostly just a flat plain. Handful of trees on one side and the other. But nothing that matters really, yeah. For the most part, this is just going to be an uncomplicated killing field, and honestly, that works fine for me. We've got my reinforcements coming from the rear, theirs are going to be coming from their rear as well, so yeah, this is just going to be a very, very big bloody clash of forces. So okay, nothing too complicated here, just spread my gunners out, yeah, one a flank, the other one right on the front as bait, big old line of infantry, cavalry ready to move wherever they're needed. But yeah, we just need to really see what the enemy are planning to do, so... Okay. So we've got, yes, some reinforcements coming in from this angle. Not really where I was expecting you, but fine. But yeah, it would appear that you guys are now over there for some reason, nearby to the forest. So, may as well start moving forward. No reason not to. And yeah, we'll group this first army just so we know where our principal forces are. So here comes force number 2. Is it possible? Yeah, we might be able to get on top of some of these guys. So, right, their reinforcements are coming in from a sensible angle. They're just coming in up the rear. So, okay. There's not really a good opportunity to just, like, ambush any of these guys. Let's just bring everybody forward here. Everybody forward. And then, yeah, we'll form out one ridiculous mega line. The big question is, yeah, are these guys going to be smart and actually pull together into one mega army? Or are the reinforcements going to go a bit bananas and just march at us? Because sometimes they just march at you without worrying about what the main army's doing. And okay, it would appear that just for once, the enemy's decided it's going to play smart here. It's formed up into one mega army as opposed to just charging the reinforcements forward. Even though these are, yes, 2 different factions, so, okay. Looks to me like we're about to have a ridiculously wide clash of forces, because if they're going to form up into one line, I'm going to have to do the same. Step 1, though, let's figure out where the weak point is, because it looks to me like, yeah, over on this flank, this is the reinforcing army, which was a bit on the flimsy side. So, yeah, plenty of Yari Ashigaru over there. And then just a basic bows, etc, etc. So, right. There's not much samurai over on this flank. Meanwhile, way over here, right. This is largely Ikoiki. And Ikoiki, we know, got no samurai at all. This is just a small force of primarily archers. Charge into these guys will be fine. But they are supported by a good number of Yari samurai. So, okay. This is the weak point right here. We're going to toss our best troops at this flank, break them, and then try and roll up the line. Specifically, right. I'm going to redraw the line so the Nodachi samurai are all over on this front. Because they will just slam into Yari Ashigaru and the odd Yari samurai and annihilate them. Combine that with, yeah, every gun unit I've got and my Dondabus Cav, and yeah, this flank is just going to melt. Oh, but here's fun. They appear to have sent out a bit of cavalry to go and give me a poke, so... I mean, guys, honestly, if you want to send your light cavalry straight into, you know, my elite cavalry, you're welcome to try. And okay, they've immediately turned around and started retreating, and I do not cocky blame them. Okay, my line is, yes, nearly formed up here. And it would appear they're thinking of advancing, primarily just to, yeah, get their bows forward. They may well have identified they do indeed have vastly more bows than me. That's true. Problem is, it kind of doesn't matter, because I've got so much more infantry than them. The moment the actual fight begins, they are going to collapse. Like, the archers are going to be useless for the most of this fight. And better, yeah. They are now moving themselves into a position where my left flank is going to hit their right flank relatively quickly. So, yeah, this uneven line is precisely what I want to say. You know what? I'm happy to just straight up charge here. Let's just send in my bows to start laying down a little bit of fire, causing these guys to be a little bit unhappy and whatnot. That is A-okay. At the same time, yeah, the gunners are just going to run up to the hills over here. Cavalry are just going to move over here as well. And the Nodachi are going in. And they are going to cocky destroy these guys. The rest of the line can move forward. But yeah, it doesn't need to be actually advancing into the enemy. I want to crush this flank before the rest of the fight begins. So, okay. We're now moving forward. They're probably going to panic in a second because they're going to realise, yeah, all of a sudden, the enemy are like moving around the side of them, etc, etc. You guys get over here. Here come some fire arrows. We're going to put our own arrows back into you. That is a-okay. Activate your own arrows in return. We've got gunners coming up the hill here. We've got cavalry coming around the side here as well. These guys are tired. They are shaken. And all of a flipping sudden, here come the cocking Nodachi Samurai to annihilate them, and they are going to fall apart in a matter of seconds. So, okay. You're basically just going to, yeah, slam into those guys and melt them. Now, there are still some decent units behind you. So, focus your fire over there. But yeah, I want the fight to be happening on this front, while this flank just hangs back for a second. There's no reason for them to get involved, because if you guys march down over here, you're going to be marching into breaking units, and that's going to annoy you. Meanwhile, if you advance forward over here, you're going to be walking straight into my defences. So I just want everything to be going on right here. So yeah, just move the Donbass forward. You guys could just slam into there. Gunners, just honestly, yeah. Get into position over here, see what you can do. But I feel like we're going to be routing this line faster than we can actually get our gunners into position, which is hilarious. So, right, we've got cavalry just piling in over here. Stay away from the Yari Samurai, though. They could be a problem. Right, you just get it over here. A jab. At this point, these guys are just moving forward, annihilating all of this nonsense. Yeah, my gunners are just going to fall behind. I'm not sure they're actually going to be able to do that much, but keep moving forward. Do what you can, but look at this. This is precisely what I wanted to say. Turn your attention over here, if you'd be so kind. But now all of a sudden, yeah, we can just get these guys running over here. But the massive impact of flipping Nodachi Samurai coming in with their ludicrous mega swords, backed up by cavalry, even samurai are just going to waver and break, and it is going to be a cocking slaughter. Just bring the guns forward, bring the archers forward as well. Everything is going to be fine. Yeah. This is going to be an absolute mess. What's going on over here, by the way? Right, for some reason, there's some, yes, light cavalry just like coming to visit my line or something. And, oh, you know what? Well done. You successfully got some light cavalry onto my troops. So, you guys just move forward and, yeah, start mopping up anyone who's coming in this direction. But I just want you basically slamming into these guys. This is going to be over in no time whatsoever. This is looking like a very, very good start. Because basically, yeah, I've now got half of their army near enough on the run already. And now, the rest of them over here are just going to collapse. Oh, yeah, the gunners, I think, have now got into position. Even Naginata Samurai are not happy. We've got more cavalry trying to just push forward and offer some relief, but here come the reinforcements piling into the archers. But the archers are not positioned at a good angle whatsoever. So, oh, yeah. This is not looking good for any of you. Anyone that comes in now, yeah, you are going to be in a lot of trouble. You just shoot those guys. We have got flipping Donbass Cav just moving in for the big old flank. You guys just keep moving forward at this point. Keep moving forward. Get my guns consistently moving up to lay down more fire. But yeah, this is now an absolute cocking mess for you guys, and there's a whole bunch of archers over here, but they don't really know what to do. Like, they're now just moving forwards because they've got nothing else to do, but what they're attacking is mostly Yari Ashigaru, who are just left over here as a distraction, because these guys have figured out, hey, there's a battle line over there, we better draw up against it. But I've got no intention of moving this line forward. This line's just going to stay here to distract you losers while we knock out the actual samurai, and then the real troops are going to be moving in this direction to mop up the survivors. So, oh yeah. that will flipping do. Though I'm happy to send forward, yeah, the one unit of a Katana Samurai that is there, just to keep you guys busy. Beyond that, let's just have a bit of fun with, yes, my cavalry, my guns, etc, etc. You guys just draw up over here. There's still a handful of cavalry dotted about, but it doesn't really matter who they attack, because there's just more units nearby ready to intercept them, deal with them, etc, etc. So, yeah, you've got some light cavalry here that are not doing so hot, but momentarily they'll be shot by my shotguns. We'll have some infantry coming in to reinforce you. You're already cocky dead, so these gunners can now just keep moving forward. You guys just charge up the hill over here. I've now kind of taken the high ground, pretty much by mistake, but you know, still, these guys are doing very well against the basic bows and whatnot. You guys are just taking some archer fire, but it literally doesn't matter, because, yeah, you guys are not really, like, doing anything. You're basically just a decoy. Keep moving up the gunners. Keep charging my troops forward. You guys are shaken. You guys are broken. Just, oh yeah. Oh, flippin' yeah. This has been a brilliant battle, as far as I'm concerned. And I think, yeah, at this point, everyone else has just started breaking, because I assume their captains are dead. They've noticed everyone else appears to be dead too. So, right at this point, my lovely, refreshed, chilled out Ashigaru can just move forward, because why shouldn't they, to be honest? And I think we left our generals behind, by the way. I forgot about them. And also, this unit of Yari Samurai. We forgot about them too. So, oh, this has been an absolute cocking slaughter. Okay, how many of these guys can we mop up before they escape? Because I do not want any of you escaping back to friendly territory, alright? Hunt them down, murder them all. Oh, yeah. Oh, flippin' yeah, look at that. We only lost 1,000 men. They have been reduced by nearly 5,000. Now, okay, who are the big killers during that fight? Understandably, yeah, the elite Mega Cav, they got like 400 kills each, though some of those may well have been just chasing down enemy at the end. Honestly, I'm more impressed with the Katana Samurai getting like a 200-300. Well done, guys. But yeah, I will very, very happily take that, not least as, yeah, it would appear that the injuries are fairly evenly distributed between these armies. So, every army, as far as I'm concerned, is potentially ready to keep on fighting, and better and better. This here might be just what I was hoping for. Because now, there's a bunch of armies that have retreated right next to Kyoto. And do not forget, if anything looks a little bit dicey with any units, we do have reinforcements nearby. Though not nearby enough to really assist during, yeah, this fight right here. So, okay. All we want to do is, yeah, once again, bring these guys forward so they can assist. There's no reason not to get every army involved, to be honest. Though, okay, why are you being a bit fussy with where you can and can't stand? I don't know, but right. You're happy being, like, there. That looks pretty good. So, yeah, you go right there, sir. And then we bring in the main army. And you, sir, the Ikoiki guys, you shouldn't be able to retreat now, so... okay, we've now got, yes, 4 armies coming up, though every single one of them is hilariously tiny. So, given what we've not got is the main Kyoto army, unfortunately, yeah, I'm pretty happy to just auto-resolve that one, because with a number difference this big, there's a good chance we'll actually get a safer result this way. So you guys are getting knackered. Honestly, I feel like, actually, yeah, I probably could have done better than that, but actually, you know what? 300 versus 2,000, that's a pretty good result right there. Though the game does believe hilariously that, yes, the big killers would be bows, just like basic bow Ashigaru. which I guess could have been the case if I played very cautiously and just picked them apart bit by bit, but no, I feel like I was planning to just rush in and destroy them with giant swords and whatnot. So okay, what's now going to be left? Because if these guys are all completely die, then yeah, potentially that might cause a little bit of a problem. Then again, I think there's a one flipping a Takeda army at the rear that was not actually part of that fight. So, right. We've taken care of all of you. But unfortunately... Oh, hang on. There it is. That's precisely what I wanted to say. Assuming that is, I feel like, yes, we ought to be... Oh. Well, would you look at that? I mean, you know, at the start of the game, that looks like a pretty tough army. But at this point, that looks to me like 7 cocky generals. And we know how tough generals are, which is not at all. And because these generals have just been sitting in Kyoto eating pies for the last decade, they're not actually, like, you know, good at anything. Like, +1 morale, fine, absolutely, that's good. I'm pretty sure that's just because he is the daimyo. But yeah, he doesn't actually, like, have any skills, any rank, anything. Okay, we've got reinforcements over the water as well, so bring them in if we can, using, yes, the port, so that you can actually get ashore and keep moving. Okay, you're not going to be able to contribute much, but at least you're here in case you need reinforcements down the line. The problem I've got here is, yeah, one of positioning. Because Kyoto exerts a zone of control immediately around it, so this narrow area, I can't actually, like, step into. I can attack with this guy, but I can't, like, move here. If I'm attacking, that's deemed to be legitimate. But I can't, like, you know, move a second army right there. So, okay, I've got a dumb plan. I'm not sure if this is going to work. So, I'm going to send the much weaker army to besiege Kyoto. Right. He had one job. Literally one cocky job. So, if I send you to, hang on, also besiege Kyoto right now, that you can do because there's literally a yellow arrow right there. I believe in you, good sir. That means you're like, you know, oh, there we go. There we flipping go. That is fine. Okay. Continue that siege. No, hang on. You can't continue that siege because if you do continue that siege, that means these guys won't reinforce, which is the exact thing we don't want to happen. So, you see what that does do is I'm pretty sure it removes the... No, never mind, it doesn't remove the... Oh, bloody hell, well, this hasn't got a right at all. Okay, you break the siege right now, but, like, don't retreat that far if you can avoid it. So, oh, there we go. That's good enough. That's flipping good enough. Because even though he's broken the siege, he's still ended up near enough by that he'll get pulled into this fight. So, okay, it's a bit scruffy, but it cocking works. Because now, my primary army gets to attack the last remnants of the Takeda, and because the Shogunate's allied to them, they've got no choice but to come and back them up. Which is very bad news for them, because this small secondary army may be a bit flimsy, but it's filled with Yari Ashigaru, who can absolutely cocking annihilate generals. So yeah, what I'm really fighting, aside from just these random scraps that don't really matter, is Yari Samurai ×6, and 4 bow units, then a whole bunch of very flimsy cavalry. We can annihilate that. So okay, start the fight. No need to rush forward or anything, though. Okay, it would appear the Shogunate's appearing from down south. Which is not what I was anticipating. Like, you were kind of supposed to be coming from, you know, the east, but... Okay, I was about to say, no rush, just let my reinforcements come in, etc, etc. But this here might be a good opportunity to, yeah, hit some of these stupid losers as they charge across the field to join up with the Takeda. Right, rotate my main line while reinforcements come piling in as well. Also, don't get rid of the radar, John. The radar is useful. So, okay. Plenty of reinforcements coming in, including a ridiculous number of flipping spearmen. So, honestly, yeah, you guys just start moving in this direction. We've now got so many cocky generals just charging forwards. Tragically, yeah, I think my cavalry are a little bit on the battered side. Like, okay, my elite cavalry are good. They're not 13 cav could take out that many generals' goods. A single unit of Yari Ashigaru, though, they will do very well against a general's unit, even outside of Spear Wall. So, okay. Just get everybody moving here. Let's see what we could do. Just basically, yeah, power forward in this direction. Just see who you could hit. Because honestly, oh yeah, oh flippin' yeah. They're not sure what they want to do. Because all of a sudden, there's a lot of cocking trouble coming their way. And also, a lot of cocking archers. So, right, just put the archers into their own group here. That is fine. As for, oh, Yari Samurai. Now, you could definitely just charge forward, do your own thing, etc, etc. That is a-okay, though. You guys charging at me right now. They might be going over there to try and join up with these losers. So, oh, here we go. Here we flipping go. Right, one general coming in, trying to intercept that bow unit. So, he's just going to be like, you know, melted in a second. Down to 27, 26. Here come some spears. Okay, I've kind of like, you know, left my troops massively exposed. But I am actually fine with that. Like, it's basically just baiting these losers in, where they're just going to be slamming into basically useless Ashigaru. Screw it, this might be about to turn into a mess, but I don't care. Deploy the Mega Cavalry to back them up. So, Light Cavalry coming in. Bow Ashigaru just attempting you losers forward. Light Cav slams into this general. That is fine. We've got gunners here, ready to just do whatever the cock they feel like, to be honest. You guys could just, like, you know, put in fire arrows. That is fine too. So, right, you're going to be in trouble in no time whatsoever. We've got Elite Mega Cav coming in, just slam into these losers. A jab. Then, we've just got a lot of spears, slowly but surely, making their way forward. And, congratulations, you managed to rout, like, you know, one basic unit of bows. Not really a great achievement, is it? Because, yeah, all of a sudden, a lot of you are looking very, very dead. By the way, you just get around over here, because I don't want them getting away. Surround them, stab them, do what the cock you can. We've got gunners over here, so, okay. This here is the entire shogunate. There's a horse on fire. I do love a horse on fire. Yes. Now we're just taking out these losers with 10 million morale shocks, etc, etc, and... okay, so, that's the entire shogunate dead. Brilliant. Also, I think some, yes, samurai may just be firing at me. So, okay, that's absolutely fine. You just get into position to deal with that while we mop up the last of the shogunate. Step 2, yeah, we now need to deal with all of these stupid losers who are actually, like, on the ground. You know, the samurai and whatnot. So, okay, I think at this point my gunners have got into position to take out the bow samurai. They've been seen off. So, yeah, it's now basically 4 archers and 6 units of samurai. That's all that stands between me and just walking into Kyoto completely unopposed. And I will give them, hiding in a forest on top of a hill, that is relatively smart, yes. The mistake they've made, however, is only bringing 4 archers. Because on this occasion, I've got a lot more than that. So, I don't even really need to fight you guys. I just need to get near enough by to get sight of ya And then we could just knacker you with 10 million arrows. Oh, and here's fun. One general didn't join the scrum. Okay, there's one last person awaiting over here. Takeda's on this flank. Then we've got, yeah, the actual shogunate troops in the center and the left as I look at it. But okay, we formed up a new line with all of my archers. All we need to do now is, yeah, just slowly advance until we're in range. Because ultimately there is nothing they can do. And once they actually engage, you know, commit to sending their archers forwards, we just send our own guns forward, start flanking, send in the cav, etc, etc. Oh, and never mind, sorry, they still got 2 generals at the back, so, okay. Little bit more assassination as needs to be done yet, apparently. And, hello, sexy, I think they've opened fire. So, right. The trees are going to provide some cover against all of this, and right now, okay, we're not quite in range, because my archers are in the rear. I'm happy for my front line to take a little bit of this here damage. But if we just basically charge forward a tiny amount here, that should be, yeah, that's going to be more than enough. We're going to be in range. So, right, just move forward, start shooting Yari Samurai if we can. But yeah, if they're actually firing on us, at that point they have no choice but to expose themselves. So, right. Can't see completely what's going on here because forests and whatnot. But I'd say yes. The point is, we have many archers ready to go. So, you guys actually like firing at this point. Okay, you guys better be firing. Some of you are firing at least. You know what? Activate flaming arrows. That's fine. And I think also, some of them are taking the bait for, yeah, my guns. Right. Oh, blimey, that's a little bit close, actually. Okay, hang on. Where am I actual, like, infantry? Maybe some of you guys should be, like, charging or something. It's hard to say. Okay, we're just advancing into the forest. I'm not 100% sure what's going on anymore because, yes, forest fights are a bit hard to read. Like, it's possible my gunners are being a tiny bit, like, murdered right now. It's hard to say. So let's just get, yes, my cavalry off to one side. I think you guys are looking to deal with that. But yeah, we've now got infantry moving in to deal with this. Once the infantry hits the archers, oh yeah, they're not going to enjoy that one little bit. Dondabus Cav, just move forward in a wide position, please. Let's see if we can do something to that's Yari Samurai. It's not ideal in many ways, no. Yari Samurai is scary if you're like, you know, a flipping unit of cavalry. But still, we are just basically knackering all of this right now. Archers, you guys should probably be, like, moving forward so you can hit the infantry at the rear. But, okay, this is going to be a messy fight. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what's going on right now. Because, yes, everything's, like, hidden inside the trees and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure we're winning. Like, these guys are not looking happy about life. Still, over on the side, one unit of Yari Samurais decided to come and get involved over here. So, pin them down with, yeah, some light infantry. Then just shoot them until they run away. Beautiful. How's the situation doing, like, up here, by the way? A little bit slow and grindy, I'll admit, but it seems to be, like, you know, working for the most part. Okay, looks like their front line is collapsing, and my troops could just push forward into all of this. Do not let these guys escape. Shoot them down while they try and run. But yeah, looks to me like this is pretty much done. And no. Do not end the fight. Do not let these guys get back to the city. Turn around, deal with them. Nobody cocking gets away. Every unit we cut down now, we don't have to fight later, though. Tragically, the forest was pretty much backing onto, yes, the edge of the fight over here. So, some of them have got away. But still, this was a massive victory for me. Most of them are dead. Not many still floating around at all. So, okay, we lost 800 men, but they've been reduced to basically cocking nothing. So, right, so the Takeda army is just gone. That doesn't exist anymore. Question remains, what's actually left inside Kyoto itself? And can we go and deal with it right now? Like, does anyone have... Oh, you have just got enough movement points to wrap this up. And even better, this time, everybody gets to come. So, right. Here's what they've got. Basically, the remnants of their army, which is functionally nothing. And then the garrison, which they just get for free because this is a very upgraded settlement. Unfortunately, good sir, you're not the only one that's got a large number of archers. So, okay. If we just play this carefully, march forward with our archers, let them take some hits, we could basically wipe out that garrison without having to worry too much about this at all. But here we go. Kyoto itself, which is particularly noteworthy because, yeah, there's a lot of archer towers. Not really a problem for me, though. We can just, like, burn them down by setting them on fire. So, yeah, not exactly a big issue as far as I'm concerned. It's just a moseying from, yeah, this direction, and slowly but surely advance with our archers. And when I say our archers, I appreciate there's not many archers inside this army. In the reinforcements, however, oh, here we go, here come the archers. Actually, you know what? Now look at it. I kind of feel like we're missing an army here. Like, I'm pretty sure there was one more army that was supposed to be arriving. Like, the one that had all the archers in it. Which was going to be very useful for, like, you know, taking out all of the archers on the walls and whatnot. But... okay, so one of my armies just hasn't shown up today. Brilliant. In which case, new plan. Which is most of their archers are, yeah, right here, facing my primary army. The reinforcing army that did bother to show up, however, they're over here, with a lot less floating around, so I'm gonna say we send my samurai to actually storm the walls over here, at the same time as, yeah, Yari Ashigaru just starts burning down some gates, etc, etc, so we've got a good entry point over here. If these guys decide they're going to, like, you know, reposition to come and intercept, at that point, we send our own archers and our own infantry forward. But yeah, based on what's here right now, this should not be too difficult to deal with. So, right. You guys are just all charge forward, climb the walls, etc, etc. At the same time, both samurai units, you just get forward and, yeah, do what you can over there. As for you bastards, yeah, just get over here. And by the way, don't worry about the water. Like, I know it looks like there's a giant moat around this city. There's not. It just slightly slows down infantry. It's actually very shallow. So, okay, we're going to take a little bit of fire, but that is fine. Just get in over here, take out this garrison unit. Samurai units can take, you know, a few hits without it being a real problem. That is a-okay. Also, you just set fire to that. You set fire to that. Everyone else just move into position. And yeah, if they abandon this wall, then we start advancing on the second front. But I think, yeah, we can do a good job just breaking down their defenses right here as a starting point. There we go. Lots of stuff are currently on fire, so that's going to start breaking down in a hurry. Meanwhile, yeah, we've got units starting to respond to this nonsense. Yari Samurai, we've taken care of you, scared you off at least. Onibushi are a little bit on the tough side, and that's not really to be worried about. Bo Samurai can do a little bit of work to you as well, while we just start slowly pushing forwards and, yeah, dealing with all this nonsense. So, Katana Samurai dealing with that. Archery tower goes down as well. Gates starting to collapse. So, yeah. For the time being, there's not much defending this particular side of the city. So we can basically just walk in. And here we go. It looks to me like they're starting to abandon the front wall over here, at least in part. So, right. That means we can get a lot of Yari Ashigaru up into the city right here without it being too much of a problem. And that's good, because Yari Ashigaru in a spear wall formation, that'll do a lot of good work. All we've got to do at the end of the day is, yeah, find a good spot to engage these guys, go into a spear wall, and all of a sudden, yeah, you're now advancing into a spear wall. And that's not going to be good for you in the long run. There might be a little bit of fire coming down at us eventually, but yeah, they're struggling to find good angles to take us on. So now we just sent you round here to slam into the bows, which is good. You are in a bit of trouble. We could start burning down. Everyone else, yeah, once they're up in the city, put them into a spear wall formation. They're going to be in trouble. Oh, and this is nice, by the way. My Nodachi samurai are also in a position to start hitting the general. Send in more spearmen to back you up. So, yeah. Eventually, we can win this one purely on grounds that, yeah, we have got vastly more troops than you. Like, you know, if it comes down to it, yes, we can just basically outlast them. In particular, given, okay, it is very efficient to fight with Yari Ashigaru when you're in spear wall formation. All we need to do ultimately is, yeah, pin everybody step by step behind spear walls, and we will eventually wear them down. That general is almost dead. You're in trouble too. These guys are determined to hold these walls over here. So yeah, right now the heavy lifting is being done by my backup army. But that's absolutely fine. Like, you know, plenty of them are floating around. This is going to be a-okay. So Yari Ashigaru just coming over here. We've got, yeah, both samurai down on the low ground. About to be ready to do some flaming arrows, actually. So that's positive. These guys are panicking a bit because, yes, they're not on the highest tier of their settlement, so that is fine. So, yeah, just lay down some flames. Maybe over here, actually. That might be more efficient. You guys just head over here, back up these guys. We've got Yari Samurai just chilling out here. So, yeah, finish off the Onobushi. Those guys are potentially the problem. And we've also got, yeah, you over here. You are broken. You're broken. Some of these guys are... Hang on. Have you given up on the walls at this point? I think they have. So in which case, right. Time to send in yet some more archers to start just laying down the fire. And on top of that, okay. Everybody forward, please. Everybody forward. We'll just storm this side as well. But they're already collapsing, because ultimately, the vast majority of their army is just Ashigaru. And even with the advantages the defenders get in this game, there's only so much you can do with basic Ashigaru. And at the same time, over at the front door, yeah, we've got more units coming in, climbing the walls, etc., etc. So we've got plenty of fresh blood coming in yet. Ultimately, they just don't have enough to win this. And I'm sending, yeah, my own troops to block up the various passes with spear walls because ultimately, yeah, if they're trying to advance into a spear wall, it's not going to work for them. Especially once we burn down the various towers. So, everybody into a spear wall formation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point we have almost taken the lower tier. So you guys start burning it down that. You are good to deal with those guys very nicely. Not sure anyone's even left on the upper tier right now. Yeah, now we're just going to hit them from both sides. For the simple reason, we've got troops climbing the walls, we've got archers laying down the fire from the low ground, and we've got troops coming up from the rear who took the sideway in. So, oh yeah. I'd say at this point, there's just not much they can do. Kyoto is gonna be ours in a matter of moments. And there we go. They've actually collapsed, and by the looks of it, yeah, all their remaining units were stuck on the low ground because I just moved in and cut off the guys at the front from their own citadel. So, oh yeah, there we flipping go. The job is done. Now, tragically, there were casualties. We did lose some units climbing the walls because you're always going to. But honestly, oh yeah, I'm gonna say this was well worth it because all of a sudden, I own Koki Kyoto. But as the game has warned me, yes, it's not just as simple as taking it. You've also got to be able to hold it for a year, i.e. 4 turns, given each turn is a season. Once we've done that, all of a sudden, well, the shogunate is dead. and their seat of power belongs to me. And once I've demonstrated I can hold it for an entire year, well, I'd say that starts smelling an awful lot like legitimacy. Still, I would say with Kyoto now in our possession, how about we call it a part there? But next time... Right. Now we've secured our principal objective, we need to figure out, yes, what our next steps are going to be. Because we now hold every province we need to hold to win the game, which is various provinces nearby to where we started, and Kyoto itself. So what we need to do now is lock down 11 more provinces. Now if we just murder these small factions down over here, take Tamba and all of this, that's 7 right there. So, okay, we're not entirely done with the Takeda or the Hojo just yet. In order to wrap this up for good, we now need to invade their core territory and take a few more settlements, though, let's just say, yes, given the unexpected Takeda armies that just showed up at Kyoto, okay, they're probably not just gonna lie down and take this without one final flipping a fight. So hopefully you join me next time for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerds, and this has been the delightful Shogun 2 Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
This guy's enjoying that. This guy's enjoying his elephant a bit too much.
Oh my god.
In Fair Verona, we set our scene. Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. They've managed to glitch inside one of the buildings. Elephants in the rear! And then in come the chariots!